Hey, what's up, guys? Got another new video for you. Tuned In Sports here. This is Bryson.
I'm Bennett.
I'm done.
And we got the Week 14 NFL review coming out to you, and another week in the books. No Steve this week, but we also had no Lions in the game today. So actually, they played, for most of it, but they played okay.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and start with that game since he's not here. Overall, I feel like they just, I really think that offensively they've improved the last handful of weeks with Bevel really just taking over. I don't know if Patricia had anything to do with the offensive play calling or not, but for whatever reason, I'm noticing an improvement since he's left. Exactly. So I don't know if he had his hands in it and maybe he needed to just not. But whatever the case may be, a lot better. Hawking, great job by Marvin Jones today. He played like a monster, and Hawkinson did his thing too. But, unfortunately, they were against the Packers, who are really playing well and just weren't able to get the job done today. But it's okay. I mean, I don't think it's the worst thing. And, they lost without, or they kind of look like a team that is playing a little bit more inspired football than they had been under Patricia. So that's good to see, even though they did lose.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I felt like the Lions were keeping this game close most of it, and were actually, in my opinion, could have won it. I mean, I feel like they played good enough to, at least.
Yeah.
They were going hand. They got down two possessions or two scores early, but I mean not early, but late in the game, and that was ultimately what cost them. But
did it.
At the end of the day, it wasn't a bad showing by any means.
Yeah. No, I thought they played great. I mean, this is a typical game that you're playing against the best team in the division, so. And then, they have a pretty stout record. So for them to actually be in it and, pretty much neck and neck for most of the game until the end was actually, the best thing that you could ask for what they got. And actually, again, they competed all the way up to the final whistle pretty much with Green Bay. So nothing to be hanging your head about it. Moral victory. as most time, but again, with this situation, interim coach and everything that's going on, I'd be okay with this. I'm not hanging my head on this loss and dwelling on it. I think it's a building, stepping stone, building the right direction. But again, just don't know what direction you're going to go in after the season's over with. So.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. But again, like I said, nothing to be ashamed about in this game. Played well and went toe to toe for most of the game, and just came up short.
Yeah, and hopefully Stafford. I haven't heard about the extent of his injury, but he definitely took a brutal hit on that one.
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised when they just said, "No, you're good for the rest of the game." I mean, again, and even if he was fine and just a little rattled, there's no reason to throw him out there to get killed.
I mean, didn't Chase Daniels end up putting them in the end zone anyways, right?
No,
actually,
he got him down there, but I don't think they scored. But still, he did okay.
Yeah,
he did what backups are supposed to do, which is if they're called, go in there and
triage,
perform.
Just triage.
Yeah,
just don't.
Don't throw it away. Yeah. And he did okay, but we'll see what happens with Stafford. But overall, like we've said, good performance from the Lions today. I don't think anyone was really expecting a win here, anyways. So just the fact they competed, good job. While we're on the losing train, let's go to the Bengals game next.
Talk about a team that didn't show up today. Let's get into it. Unfortunately, Brandon Allen actually played well, and we still ended up losing by double digits. Or, actually more than double digits in my opinion, because this game wasn't even close for most of it. So, rotten showing. it was nice to see that we did run the ball a little bit. Tried to do the run game. Wasn't all that successful. I mean, Travion Williams had 12 carries, 49 yards. Could have been a little bit better. It was nice to see AJ Green at least have a somewhat decent game. Six receptions, 62 yards. Actually had the one TD reception that we had. So that was nice. T. Higgins came out, did exactly what he generally does. 5 receptions. Pretty solid. But, defensively, we weren't doing anything, which to me was kind of surprising because as of late, that's been the one part of our team that's actually been showing up. So, for us to come out and put on the performance that we did on that standpoint, not so good. Andy Dalton made his return today, threw 16 of 23, 185, 2 TDs. He pretty much lit us up, which, I mean, on his return, I would expect him to, but overall, just a rotten game.
Yeah. For me, at least what I watched, I mean, I didn't really necessarily think that the Cowboys played that outstandingly well. The Bengals had 3 turnovers, which I believe put them in pretty good position on a lot of times, because if you look at the total yards, it was only a 70-yard difference actually for the Bengals. They had 70 more yards than the Cowboys did today. So
in total yards, they had
314 to 272.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think that it was a situation where the Cowboys offense was just banging on all cylinders. I think the majority of it was the Bengals turnovers came at costly times in costly zones of the field. And when the offense isn't doing much and they're putting the defense in bad positions, you're going to end up losing. I can speak personally on that one. I know a little bit too much about it. And unfortunately, it's what my team happens to do pretty much every week.
But one cool stat is I think we're only 2 4th down conversions away from breaking the record in a single season.
Nice.
So,
with the number of times the Eagles have gone for it, I can't believe that we're not involved in that discussion.
Well, it's conversion.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Successful, not unsuccessful.
But nonetheless, that's
we're
kind
going
of
for
a
the
cool
attempts
stat.
record.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but nonetheless, that's kind of a cool stat. We actually had.
I don't think so, but
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be too wild about it.
Yeah, I think I'd be like, "Hey, we're on 4th downs, woo!"
That means.
But overall for the
downs is
season, we
bad.
actually have a
Exactly.
pretty good conversion rate for them. So that's at least one good thing.
So we got that going for us, which is nice.
Yeah, and then.
But with that being said, you lost 30-7.
Yeah.
You know what's weird though is we actually ended up beating them by 9 minutes in time of possession.
Well, you beat them in yards too.
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah,
tells
we
you.
fumbled it 3 times.
I was gonna say the one fumble for a touchdown. I thought that was pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Oh, that was so bad.
That showed off the offensive line is still clicking at a high rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and guess what? Brandon Allen ended up getting injured, so that was nice.
There you go.
There you go.
The one player that actually really showed up today.
Sounds like a Bronco
And an Eagle.
getting injured.
Yeah, but Bengals had 70 total plays compared to the 50 total plays of the Cowboys. But then again, like we said, when we're turning it over on our own side of the field, it's not going to take them that many plays to,
Or when
get points.
fumbling for touchdowns.
Yeah, so but things didn't end up going the way I had expected them to by any means. I thought we were at least going to be in the game, but just didn't turn out that way, so
Well,
oh well.
Yeah, best thing happened.
you
just
lost.
lost.
You keep on losing, you're gonna get a higher draft choice. So
Yeah.
I think we're a couple we're leading by more than one game for the third third pick in the draft now.
Great.
Like I said, the key is just to find out where's the highest lineman going to fall, and then go from there. If nobody's going to pick a lineman until the 7th pick, then trade down and get more picks. Mm-hmm. That'd be the smartest thing for him. But we'll see what happens, because again, that's a deficiency. Obviously, the offensive line is bad. Hence, you got a quarterback killed, and then you just saw today that
another quarterback
got another one hurt, and then fumbled it and gave up points. So, and just like the week before, they're in a fight with the Dolphins, and the offensive lineman sitting on the bench.
Yep.
Not protecting anybody. What a shocker. So again, it's the same thing. So obviously, just do your homework before the draft, and you'll be all right. But we'll see.
Yeah, either that or the homework will be beat into.
Well, no, you know what I mean. Who knows with these teams? I mean, we sit there every time with draft days and go, "Oh, you should do this and this and this," and they go somewhere else and whatever.
Case in point, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
we could use some offensive line or some weapons. Nope, we're drafting the quarterback.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, I mean, our main thing should either be D line or O line. So, yeah, hoping we'll go O line if we're smart. But
whatever you don't do in trade in draft, you free agency.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be an O lineman. There is no questions about it, because again, no matter if it is not Burrow, whoever's there, you got to keep him upright, or not, you're going to run into the same thing that you're dealing now, where you're just dealing with quarterbacks getting hurt.
Yeah.
And it's just going to continue. Because
Uh-huh.
I've known that with my team. Hence we have the carousel.
Yeah, but nonetheless, let's get into the next game.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
speaking of carousels.
Speaking of carousels, and speaking of teams that did the smart thing and needed to just lose the game for draft position, Broncos weren't able to pull that one off. They came out with the win today.
Yeah, they actually wanted to play.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird, sitting here like, damn, what the hell are you doing? We needed to lose. But in some respects, I mean, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense to win at this point. But, hey, they came out, they did it. They actually had a lead for a good portion of the game and held on to it, which was, great. But, like he says in the majority of the videos, it couldn't just be a situation where you take the lead and you just hold it, and then you get ahead by a decent amount, and you just hold on to it, and you don't have to worry about it. It was, we got it. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Here they come back, and then, they scored again, and it's like, okay, the game's over. Nope, then they came back and scored.
Exactly.
I was like, holy crap, this is typical Broncos here. But, they did eventually make the stop when they needed to, and, eventually the offense did enough to pull out the victory. So, good job by the Broncos, I guess. If you are trying to win, then, hey, they showed up today on offense for sure. So, great job. And Carolina's defense is not too shabby, so great job.
Yeah, pretty good showing for the Broncos. I remember saying in the preview that I was like, I have a feeling like the Broncos are going to win this game just because Don wants them to lose. And that's what ended up happening.
Polar opposite.
Yeah, so, but yeah, good showing.
Yeah, no, I mean, this game here I was fully expecting them to lose, because again, going on the road, morning game, for them, usually suck on the East Coast most of the time. And then I guess early this morning, Bowles came down with feeling sick. They said it wasn't COVID, but then all of a sudden he didn't feel well. So then all of a sudden it goes, there goes our left tackle for the day. So I'm thinking, oh shoot, we don't have a left tackle. We already have our corners. One's injured. Callahan was put on. He's done. Then PED Bouye comes up, Dancing with the Stars, comes up, and he's going to be gone. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go again. Game starts, and then I guess Noah Fant was shitting himself because I guess he was having the same pizza that Bulls was. So I'm like, oh, there goes our tight end. Yeah. So actually, as of tonight, I think those two guys are still in Charlotte still going through protocol tests to see if they're just sick or if they're COVID. But I would guess they're just food poisoning. But
yeah, probably.
But we'll see what happens. But if they do, they'll fly back out. But yeah, again, was looking at this and then was thinking, oh no, here we go again. With this game. But then all of a sudden, we had a punt return.
Yeah, that was it.
Punt return for a touchdown. Mm-hmm. I think they said something that hadn't since 2015. Oh, when was that? Oh, Super Bowl. Hey. 5 years ago. You know what I mean? It was the, hey, we're playing the Panthers. Super Bowl. Woo! I can get all these flashbacks, right? Halftime score was 13-7. Hey, same score, Super Bowl. Woo!
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the special teams that we actually had a punt return. Mm-hmm. That was amazing. And of course, then the extra point, we shank it. Yeah. Typical, right? Oh, no, you're down 6. You're only up 6. And then Locke goes back for the pass later, and then our stellar offensive line, because we were doing the O-line shuffle, gets hammered and then coughs it up, and then good job by Judy though. He actually made a big play, chased the guy down and tackled him within the 5, but at least he didn't score.
Yeah.
So at least he gave a chance to give our best unit out there, the defense, the chance to try to score again.
Yeah.
But anyway, they gave it up, so it's 7-6, and then it was back and forth game, and again played really well. I was really amazed at how good the offensive line gelled eventually through the game, because they were able to run the ball. Locke had a little bit of time, and he actually had a great game. I think he threw 4 touchdowns, which was something. That's the stuff that we wanted to see. Not this other stuff, it's usually 4 interceptions. And Hamler had a good game. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it was just all around. I think everybody played the best of their abilities today. And again, they didn't turn it over, and they were actually functional on offense. And that was the reason why I think they pulled it out.
Yeah, I was gonna echo that. Few times I saw Hamler in the game, he was. I think the 2 times I saw him was 2 touchdown receptions. Mm-hmm.
Busting huge plays, yeah.
Yeah, he was out
that
there.
guy's gonna be a beast.
Yeah, Judy played well as well. And then we had our slow white tight ends out there doing some damage today. Hey, Bennett. Oh, Fugimori. Hey, whoever. It's just like whatever. See what happens there. But no, it was actually probably one of their most complete games. But again, just like Bryson said, there's moments that hey, we score again, miss the extra point again at the end of the game when they're up, and then Carolina's about ready. They squib it down there, and of course it just dies inside the 5-yard line. So the guy's like, "Oh crap, I gotta get it!" So he gets it, and then gets tackled on the 7 or whatever it was. It's just like, oh, let's make it interesting. Here we go. Yeah. See what happens.
Just when you thought.
Yeah. It's like, never easy.
Phew, we can worry.
Yeah. Never easy.
What the hell's happening?
Yeah. So it was typical. But I'd like to really kudos. I know he didn't get anything on TV. But I know that 6th round kid that we drafted from Fresno State, Moody. I guess his big thing was he just had a big nasty streak. One of those nice Samoan dudes. But I guess he was just his big thing was he would pancake people and just put people down. And I didn't see any penalties from him. And he was out there he was quiet, but obviously they're running the ball and we're throwing the ball around. So obviously he did his job. So, big kudos to that, because, again, that's another rookie and actually stepping up and playing well. Mm-hmm. So that was really surprising and really gives you hope. I mean, we'll see what happens next week against Buffalo. We'll see what happens there. But great performance, though, like I said, for another rook. So, I mean, with a rookie center, now a rookie guard. Again, maybe they've found this thing where we're getting the linemen to help us, now. Yeah. Finally got through the whole first year, and they seem to be getting a little bit better. I mean, again, Bortles, I wouldn't have thought they would have signed him for a new contract, but this year he's at all-pro caliber performance, and so, again, that's what we need. Yeah. For us to do anything, we need to be able to have an offensive line, as we say with everybody else, right? Mm-hmm. You can't do crap without an offensive line, so hopefully this will hopefully continue to get better.
Yeah. No, I mean, they took some of the pressure off Locke today because the offensive line was able to perform, and he wasn't, running for his life every single play. Amazing what can happen when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys can get open, and you can actually throw the ball in the proper spot.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
Definitely.
shoot, I feel like all of our quarterbacks could probably get a decent percentage.
Yeah, exactly.
When you got that going on.
Like I said, that's the thing, right? If you have a good offensive line, you can make an average quarterback look great. And imagine if you have a great quarterback, then you have your Rodgers and your Mahomes, and they have time.
Yeah.
Roethlisberger, they'll pick you apart if you give them enough time.
Yeah. Or on the flip side, if you have no offensive line, you can make a really good quarterback look average.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess we'll go ahead and get into
this.
the Eagles here. Yeah. Speaking of teams that won when maybe that wasn't the optimal thing to do, we came out with the victory against New Orleans today. And to say that I was shocked is a bit of an understatement.
Yeah.
I really was not expecting this at all.
I didn't see that one coming, for sure. The funny thing with it was, I watched the first series, and they had Hurts in there, and they're like, the first snap is like, okay, QB draw. I'm like, no, you just put this guy in. You don't want to get him hurt. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? So again, that was like my first thought. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a long day. But again, the Eagles, do what the Eagles do, right? I mean, there should be no way they're in this game or whatever with it that they step up and play. Backups on backups and X, Y, and Z. The defense plays well. Again, just a quality game, and they hit the 24 numbers. So. That's how you win, right? Because again, if they stuck at 17, they wouldn't have won. Yeah, as you normally see for this team. But no, I mean, great performance for Hurst. I think he had over 100 yards each way, rushing and passing. Again, like I said before, we'll see later. Once the NFL figures out his tricks, and just like Lamar Jackson, as soon as they start stuffing his run, they're like, hey, you're gonna have to throw this thing. And we'll see where he goes. But no, like I said, for what they needed today, I mean, to beat the Saints at home, I mean, again, just to beat the Saints, good job for the Eagles in this game.
Yeah, Watkins was able to fill in for our Gabriel Whiteside in that one reception.
Yeah,
along with Alshon Jeffries, both of them were able to get one reception today. But it was a good showing by the Eagles. Actually thought Jalen Hurts looked pretty good out there. Didn't really make any big mistakes. No turnovers. Threw a touchdown pass.
Well, he did fumble the ball once.
Oh, he
but
did.
apart from that, no, he didn't
for the most part
throw an interception.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what you want to see out of a guy in his first game. Generally, I mean, the fumble you don't want to see, but. That's not always going to happen every game, but
hopefully,
you wouldn't think so, but good showing.
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of what we said before, with them ran the ball, and obviously with the running backs and him, we're able to ball control it a little bit, and then make the passes when he needed the pass.
Yeah,
and wasn't sitting back there holding the ball for 2 days, when he's going to get hit. So again, he did his job, what he needed to do, and again, kudos to him to put out this performance. So
yeah, no, I mean honestly, like I said, I was shocked, and I'm happy. I mean, I really was happy with it. I thought that we came out and did basically what we do every other week, except for two things were different. We got a lead and we held on to it. And then the other thing that was different was that we ran the ball a lot. And instead of, Doug Peterson going in at halftime saying, hey, maybe we need to run the ball a little bit more, he actually did it, which was like, wow, this is refreshing. And, it's funny because every time they have a live game where they show it on television, doesn't matter who the announcers are, I always hear at least once the announcers bring up the fact that the Eagles do not have a really bad offensive line in terms of the run game. The run game, they actually perform at a pretty good level. You know, they have guys that can get out and open holes in the run game. It's just pass protection is not great. So that would tell me, hey, maybe we should make running the priority and then do play action stuff. But apparently, the Eagles haven't caught on to that until today. And the biggest thing is, too, 0 sacks. I can't remember the last time that we had no sacks in a game. It just was a great performance by the Eagles. I feel like, a lot of people deserve a lot of credit for this. I watched a press conference with Doug Peterson, and he emphasized over and over and over again that one player doesn't win the game. And I completely agree with him because, Hurts, he did pretty solid. And he used his legs a lot and was a weapon. But, he definitely could have played better. He threw the ball just a little better than 50%. But he also got rid of the ball and threw it away when he needed to, which is something that Wentz really struggles with. Instead of just throwing balls away, he tries to make something happen and puts the team in less than optimal positions. And when that happens, that's how you lead the league in interceptions, is from trying to do stuff when there's nothing. And that's exactly what Wentz does, but Hurts didn't do that today. So, good job to him. And just an overall great performance.
Yeah.
Speaking of great performances, the defense played out of their mind today. But that's nothing new. The biggest difference was the offense showed up. When the offense is actually moving the ball and competing in time of possession, not just going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, the defense has time to rest. And especially in the first half, they locked down. They didn't give up a single point in the first half. So great job by them. The biggest complaint that I have really is just still with the coach. In the first half, we went for it 4 times. By the time that there was 13 minutes left in the second quarter, and we had already gone for it on 4th down 4 times. I'm like, what are you doing? Now, don't get me wrong. We scored touchdown. 2 of the touchdowns we scored were on 4th down. So I guess you can't argue with results, but here I go. Because it was just stupid decisions. At one point down, our first score even, we were down there, and I'm like, okay, you guys are against the Saints, who at the time of this game have the #1 ranked defense in the NFL. When you have an opportunity to score points, you need to score those points, especially showing how our offense was. At that time, I didn't know that we were going to put up 24 points and win. At that time, I'm thinking...
They didn't either.
Yeah. Well, exactly. But, I'm just saying, at that time, I'm thinking, if this goes the way the rest of our games go, this is going to cost us right here. Going for it when we need to just take points because they're hard to come by when you're wearing an Eagles uniform. Yep. So the fact that he did that, yeah, we got a touchdown, but it was a push-off by Jeffrey. Hey, it's nice to see them target him in the first half this week, but they didn't target him again. So, and that just goes back to the coaching thing for me, which, again, is the biggest gripe that I have with him, too, is that's great that you're getting people involved, but they're not using the weapons that we have right. If Alshon Jeffrey is not deserving of more than 1 catch for the amount that we're paying him, we need to just cut him. I don't care if we're taking a loss. We're paying him so much money to target him once. That's ridiculous. And I know, and here's the biggest thing too, is there's supposedly conflict with him and people in the locker room, as well as there's supposedly conflict with him talking about not wanting to be in Philadelphia, so there's conflict with him and the fans. And as a result of that, there's probably conflict with him and the ownership because they're like, dude, you're causing problems when we already have enough going on. So at this point, what is he doing good? We need to just get rid of him and say, it is what it is. I'm sorry to say, I think he's a good player, but with this stuff going on, all he is just a distraction. And if you can't find a way to include him for more than one reception or one target a game, that's just ridiculous. And same thing goes for Zach Ertz. He got targeted 3 times. He's the best receiver that we have on the team. And they target him 3 times only. And I get, again, like I said last video, I get that he's coming off an injury. But if that's all you're going to use him for, then just have him sit out the rest of the year and say, hey, you're going to be fully healed by the time we start again. Because at this point, I think Dallas Goedert has proven that he can fill that role. I mean, he caught 4 receptions, 43 yards. He was all over the field. So I just really think at this point, we need to figure out what we're doing with some of these people because we're just misusing them and they're just taking up space and money. So it's frustrating on that note. But, I mean, overall, I'm not complaining. Great performance. The only other bad thing was, man, Jake Elliott. Once again, you know, we did a wonderful series getting the ball down at the end of the second quarter to kick a field goal. Basically a chip shot field goal. Might as well have been an extra point. And he doinked it again. So, and that probably led into why we went for it on 4th down later in the game when I thought it was completely stupid to go for it because I think the coaching staff is starting to lose a little bit of faith in him. And as a result of that, it forced them to make a play that wasn't right. But, you know, looking at the analytics and all this other stuff, you know, Doug Peterson, you want to look at his name up in the dictionary and you'll see analytics because this guy, he loves going for it. He loves doing stuff like that. And, you know, I'm kind of tired of seeing it myself. But, hey, until we get rid of him, we're going to keep seeing it. So we might as well get used to it. But overall, great performance. Really happy with the win. Great job at home. We got 3 games left. 2 of them are against the Cowboys and Washington. And next week we got a road game against Arizona. So, you know, I'm not going to put it out of the question that if we keep playing like this, we could win out. And we'll see what happens. But, yeah, really happy with how the Eagles played today. So,
yeah, we get to play the Steelers next week. So,
woo!
On Monday night, so you guys get to watch the beatdown on Monday night instead of Sunday this time.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the Broncos are playing against the Bills.
Make those dinner reservations by 7 if you're watching that Monday night game. Just watch the start, you'll be done. Yeah, we're playing Buffalo, so one of our old school rivals back in the day. But, you know, hey, it's a home game for us, so we'll see what we can do. Mm-hmm. Again, as usual, just got to get pressure on Allen, and again, it's just going to be on the offense. Can the offense generate enough points to do anything? Because the defense, I'm just going to consider it that they'll probably be okay. You know,
yeah,
for the most part as usual. Again, unless they have a bad day, which they could, but we'll see. It's a Saturday game, so actually I think it's the first game on Saturday, so which is kind of weird, but yeah, so we'll see 1:30 on Saturday.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's going to be a bunch of college football games on, so probably watch those.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be watching Alabama at that time. Yeah. But,
watch this game.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, it's really the same thing with my team as well. You know, I have full confidence in the defense, and again, it really upsets me and frustrates me to hear people talking about Jim Schwartz. I even watched the post-game show, the official post-game show of the Eagles and stuff, and these guys are on here talking about, oh, it's nice to see the defense out there playing today. And I'm like, well, they've been playing all season. It's just that when the offense is doing nothing, what do you expect them to do? And today, the offense moved the ball, and as a result, we got 5 sacks on Taysom Hill, who's a mobile quarterback in his own right. So that's pretty damn impressive. But again, that's nothing new. Our defensive line is really good. You know, we're injured at the cornerback position. We got Jalen Mills, who's actually a safety, playing corner right now. And we had 3 injuries today with Slay, Avonte Maddox, and somebody else going down. McLeod. And it's like, man, oh man. It's just...
My question is are you really losing much with Maddox going down? Anybody else could come in there and get burnt.
Probably not, but we're going to have top people check into it.
Yeah. For less money, too.
Yeah, exactly. Do the same thing.
I was going to say, Lou Holtz, you don't have to make $1 million to get burnt.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
But, I mean, it's just one of those things where can the offense, is this sustainable, what we saw today? Same with the Broncos. Is what we saw today sustainable? Is it going to carry into next week? Or is this just a one-off, and then next week it's back to the same crap?
Yep.
And unfortunately, at least for my team, I'm kind of thinking it could be a one-off, but because of the opponents we have left, I wouldn't be surprised if it does carry over a little bit. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to win because we got injuries and all kinds of stuff. Nothing new there either. But, hey,
another game.
Yeah, another game. Any of our teams here.
Yeah, so... All right, well, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe. Fun stuff there. Make sure you check out the Clip Joint for Clippers news, as well as the Dent Sports for Denver and Detroit sports news. So with that being said, Bryson.
I'm pissed.
I'm done.
See you guys in the next video.